I was on outside by the helipad. And these group of like thugs, they were like, what if we decided to take the helicopter? I was like, you guys can try.
I highly doubt that they would. You should just let them try.
They wouldn't have been able to fly the helicopter in the first place.
They're definitely going to die.
But
they're definitely going to die immediately after takeoff.
I wasn't even saying that like I'm the worst of your problems, because I would not have been. I would have called the cops while their dumbasses were trying to figure out how to fly a helicopter. You guys are going to get shot.
Where are the keys?
Exactly. Yeah. I think they probably would have been shot because I mean they'd somehow justify. Oh, we can't have them wrecking into a community.
No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like listen.
I'll just take them down.
Depends.
You guys ain't flying away with shit.
Yeah. If the Broward police show up, they're not getting tased.
No, this was in Pennsylvania.
They're getting
they're showing up with shotguns.
They're getting shot if it's Pennsylvania. Yeah.
And start us up. Welcome to the Sofa Kingdom podcast with your host Nelson,
Steven,
Steven, Ian.
Yeah, that.
All right, that guy. Yes, and our special guest today,
Enea.
Thank you for joining
machine.
us. Woo!
It's fresh out of pans.
How was your experience over there at Pens this year?
So, I lost in my final. I got second, but the experience, it was really great.
But it was the final.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what's up.
And I talked to the guy that I fought. We were like, no matter what the result, the fight was awesome. We enjoyed it so much. It was back and forth from the first second until the end of the match.
And you both got better. That's the good thing about that.
Yeah.
Both of you guys left better jiu-jitsu competitors because of that. So
yeah.
That's awesome.
But you got to be the nicest jiu-jitsu competitor I've ever met, though. Like, there's a lot of nice people out there, but like, and it's like, hey, thank you. We had a good match, and I almost killed you, but hey, you know, you almost killed me too, so we're good.
It depends from the guys.
Yeah,
you know?
no, that's true.
Some guys, they are really nice. Some other guys, they are like, cocky, but I don't interact with them at all.
Yeah, no, I think that is the epitome of a martial artist, when you can have some decorum to you, when you're polite, when you're nice. You can still go out there, perform, fight, do what you're training to do, but then shake hands and talk and have a nice conversation.
Unless you're Conor McGregor. Just talk as much shit as possible.
No, Ney is like the Albanian GSP. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Yeah. I love that guy.
Oh, man.
He was one of my favorite martial artists in the UFC too, growing up. Like, everybody was wild and crazy, and then here was this guy who was like bowing. He had the ninja sash across his head. He came in with the kimono. I'm like, this is a
everybody's giving Joe Rogan shit because like recently he had Jorge Masvidal on the podcast, and he was saying that he thought that Jorge Masvidal could beat a prime GSP, and I was like, oh man,
there's just no way.
I was like, Joe, you're smoking the bad weed. What the hell? Like, I was like, GSP could probably get off the couch today and beat Jorge Masvidal. He's just that good. He's that
ayahuasca is strong, Joe.
I mean, if you remember correctly, GSP he did get off the couch and win the middleweight title. I mean, he did. Yeah. He literally did. He's like, I think I want to be a middleweight champ. Came in, beat Michael Bisping. Like, it was like, right. He would do it again. I guarantee he would do it again.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, GSP was a special breed of fighter. He was very technical. He had a game plan every single time. He stuck to it. Yeah, George Masvidal seems too wild and free to take on a GSP in his prime.
Well, I mean, I think Masvidal's going into this fight losing his last 3 fights.
And who's he fighting again?
He's fighting Gilbert Burns next weekend.
Ooh.
And I think that's easy work for Gilbert. That's just my opinion, I think.
Yeah, me too.
I think Gilbert eats his lunch money.
Yeah, sure. Gilbert Burns is a well-rounded fighter, and his jiu-jitsu is fantastic. So it's like
4-time world champion.
Here's a guy who
I'd say that's a good jiu-jitsu resume.
Yeah, pretty good.
But he's known to struggle against wrestlers, jiu-jitsu guys.
Well, Masvidal does get out-wrestled. He does. I mean, those last 2 fights, he lost a decision to Kamaru. Then he got knocked out by Kamaru, and then he lost a decision to Colby Covington.
So short of a spontaneous knee,
yes,
he's going to have a hard time.
Yeah, but Gilbert's a dog, man. His last fight with Khamzat Chimaev, oh my God, like that. Everybody was afraid of Khamzat. Yeah. Everybody. And then Gilbert goes the distance. And to be honest, I thought Gilbert won the fight. So, I mean, they gave the decision to Khamzat, but I thought Gilbert won that one.
Yeah. They always give the decision to the guy with the better beard.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Hey, I'm trying. I see what you do there. I see what you do.
I can't even try. My genetics suck.
I was going to say, one of us is not like the other. He's got that baby face. Don't lose it, man.
This is fair. This is fair.
When I was in the Army, they made me shave every day. I had the best baby face. Like, I would get like one whisker a month, and I'm like, yeah, that's too much. And every day my drill sergeant would come like, I don't like your face. Go shave. I'm like, but I don't have to shave. You got a whisker right there. I'm like, what? He's like, shave your whole face every fucking morning. And he would come in and make me shave my goddamn face.
Hey.
I mean, I guess I can, say that this beautiful beard is courtesy of the United States Army, but...
He could have made you wax your balls. It gets worse. It gets worse.
I would not look forward to that morning.
About the beards, man, like all my uncles, my grandfather, every time I video call them, it's like, what is this on your face, man? Shave.
So culturally in Albania, they're not really big on beards then?
The youth, yes.
Yeah, but not
all
the
old guys,
timers.
yeah, old timers now.
Yeah.
And first in the morning, shave.
Yeah. Well, that's like with tattoos, right? Me and my brother, we got a lot of tattoos. At first, a grown man. I am a grown man. Mm-hmm. I own my own house.
We're sitting in it.
When I got a tattoo, I hid it from my mom for like 6 months. I would wear a shirt. It'd be 90 degrees and I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt, sweating my balls off. My mom's like, why are you wearing that long sleeve shirt? No reason. And then one day I was just like, it's too hot. Look, I got a tattoo. Smack.
Shame on you.
Yeah, exactly.
You got a disgrace.
Yes. Different generations.
That was the way my grandpa was, God rest his soul, when I was growing my hair out. Every time he'd see me, he'd be like, what the hell, you trying to be a girl? He'd see me, like, no,
At
Pop.
least grow a beard.
Yeah, grow a beard like a man.
I can't. I would have, but I can't. Jesus, I know. Believe me, my girlfriend tells me all the time. Shame.
He tried to grow a beard one time, and it just came in looking. There was like a little piece of patch underneath his nose.
I didn't grow an Adolf. What the fuck are you talking about?
I forgot to shave.
It comes in patchy and shitty.
What
and
in the Aryan nation are you growing there?
I start to look like a homeless King Arthur, and it's just not good. It's not good. So I will never have facial hair. It's never gonna happen.
So
I accept it.
So this year at Penn's, was there any fights that stood out to you that were like the highlight of this year that you got to see or people talked about over there or anything like that?
I was there when it was Meregali.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that guy.
Sick.
Absolute beast.
Sick jiu-jitsu.
Sick.
And what was like the showing for this event? Like post-COVID, was there a big showing of jiu-jitsu fighters? A big crowd over there for Penn's?
It was a big crowd.
Nice.
It was, yeah.
Wasn't there something going on with ibjjf where they were like for a while they were talking about drug testing, but now all of a sudden it's not going to happen?
I saw
today.
I saw like 3 guys that they gave a little slap on the wrist retroactively. So it's like you're banned, but you already were kind of banned from back then. Yeah. So you're kind of half banned. So you got half a year left, but it's like, there's nothing else going on from here. It's like it's weird.
I freaked out at first because when I saw that ibjjf was going to start drug testing, I was like, oh shit, like who's going to be able to compete now? Like, wait a minute. I was like, oh shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. I was like, oh man, fight sports is not, they're sweating real heavy.
Shit, I'm making a comeback now.
I was going to say.
all the heavyweight guys, I mean, at this point, half of them are readily admitting that they're juicing.
Yeah. Well, heavyweight and with 6-pack, come on.
They all joke about it. Everybody always jokes about acai and Jesus. But it's not. It's not though. It's
the juice.
Yeah, exactly. You spelled juice wrong. Yeah, acai and juice.
But you know what? In general, in sports, I feel like there's just like a huge uptick in more people saying, you know what? Yes,
I
we
take
use steroids.
Drugs. People
yes, we
use
use TRT.
People
yes, we
win.
use these things.
I know. Actually, I believe in MLB, their steroid policy just lapsed. So people are like, wait for the home runs. They're going to start coming in here soon again. Because
Mark McGuire again.
Yeah, their whole policy of checking people, it lapsed, and they didn't do anything about it.
Here's the thing about baseball, right?
Nobody's getting hurt.
Yeah,
exactly. So like, if they juice with doctors and they have the money for the best doctors in the world, and it made the sport more exciting.
Who wants to see home runs?
That's right.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
I miss when Mark McGuire had a head the size of a fucking sewer plate, and he was like 24-inch arms as a baseball player. I was like, that's the guy I want to see hit the ball.
I want to see somebody like Uberim step up to the bat.
Hey, by the way, he just got another year suspension because go figure. He's back on the fucking juice.
Oh, surprise.
Yep, back on the juice, knocking people out.
Isn't he like
kickboxing.
80?
He's like 40.
Oh, shit. I'm 40.
Dick.
He's young. That man is young.
But I always do.
He's at his peak, yes.
I always do respect somebody like Gordon Ryan, for instance, that like openly says, "Yes, I'm on steroids."
Yeah.
You have to in his level, man. Like
Well,
what
look
I
at
see.
him. Look, I mean, you can look at the dude and be like, "That ain't." I mean,
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, more and more people are just coming out and saying, like, it's performance enhancement. If it's legal, I'm gonna do it, and I'm doing it at least with doctors and things like that.
I remember when I saw Andre Galval when he competed against Felipe Pena in ADCC, and I was just looking at his physique while he was throwing Felipe around, and I was just like, I was looking at the way he was built, and I was like, that guy is on everything. Like he's on like.
Don't worry. It's only about the technique.
Oh, yeah, but there's a big.
Yeah.
Yeah, the technique of how many cc's you get into the syringe, which side you're injecting. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's a 400-pound guy on you. Oompa.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Get out from under him. Like,
no.
what?
Andre Galval, when he was on, he was jacked.
Yeah.
And then when you see what Gordon did to him in the last ADCC, that's damn, man. It's getting to a level now that's like ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I agree. Look, it's either let everybody do what they want or regulate, and I think they're going the route of
Combat sports is tricky though, because you're right. Like when you're hitting a ball or you're dribbling or you're hitting a hockey puck, that's one thing. Okay, if you want to do some gear, fine, man. It's on you. But when you're punching another human in the head, you probably don't want to be genetically enhanced. I don't know. Maybe
Or
I still watch.
Or
I'm gonna watch.
Level
I'm
the
just
playing
saying.
field for everyone,
And say everybody's on gear.
like Pride, right? Everybody was
Jesus.
fucked up, juiced to the gills. They're like, "Here's your contract. Here's your roids.
It's 'cause the
see
whole-
you on the fight."
Yeah, because the whole company is run by the Japanese mafia, and they literally said, "We're not going to fucking drug test
Yeah.
you. You're not."
There was
You guys
like
good. You
Yeah.
Do your
Bob
thing.
Sapp was in it. I mean, for God's sake, fucking 380 pounds with abs. I mean, okay. Bob.
on your way to the ring, they had a ring card girl with like lines of coke. They're like, complimentary on the house.
Well, that's what they said. They said Vanderlei Silva was like on steroids, painkillers. Like they said, you could. That's why he had like a 7-year undefeated streak. It's like you can't beat him. Like, he doesn't feel pain. He can't stop.
You gotta
like,
out-drug him first.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have to literally shoot him.
It will
to
take a
stop
couple
him.
of years.
Oh my God, that was the best days, man. Pride.
That was the Wild West.
Yeah. I tell you what though, ONE FC is doing a great job now because ONE FC has like their events. They'll have like an MMA fight, then like a Muay Thai fight, and then like a pro jiu-jitsu fight, and that's where the Ruotolo brothers are right now. And
they keep it interesting.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think that's very smart too, because then you get to see all the different types of martial arts
on
on
display.
display.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it exposes people to more facets of martial arts. It's like, okay, here's an MMA fight. Here's just the stand-up in Thai boxing, and they changed the rules obviously for the fight. And then now here's sport jiu-jitsu. And it's, oh my God, like I enjoy watching it. You see how good those guys are.
Oh yeah.
Like,
well, you've done a couple of fight to wins as well.
Fight to win. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
And
what's the
subversive.
difference of the stage, the feeling of like fighting in a fight to win versus at a jiu-jitsu
IBJJF.
competition? Yeah.
It's the hype is different. you
Yeah,
know? Like
yeah.
when
Probably
you
more
hear
nerves,
your
right?
song,
probably more nerves for a fight to win because everybody's looking at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one stage and
Yeah.
you're on it.
Yep.
Okay.
But you have to zoom in actually.
Yeah.
You have to
Zoom out
in
and
there.
then zoom in. Zoom back in. And then zoom back out again.
And you have to forget about that you all the people that they came there for you to watch your fight, they are there.
Yeah.
You have to be like, okay, you shake the hand,
And
like
pay
the
attention
opponent,
to what
and
you're
that's
doing.
it. You're gonna fight now.
Yeah.
Because when you watch over there and everybody's like, yeah, you can do it. It's like, oh shit.
I know, yeah.
What is your fight song that you walk out to?
Albanian songs.
I thought it was going to be like the Albanian national anthem.
He's got to represent.
Not
He's gotta
Yeah, buddy.
In my subversive fight, I put also the Albanian hat.
Nice.
Everybody was like, what's that yarmulke? And like, bro.
Not a fucking young.
Like-
Like,
the yarmulke.
come over here, I'll show you what it is.
Everybody's doing that now. Since like Khabib came out with his traditional thing,
Yeah.
and you also see the guy from Georgia, Mirab Davishvili or whatever. The guy just won. He just beat Piotr Jan and beat the shit out of him. Like he comes out in his traditional headdress too. I'm actually liking that.
I think that's pretty cool.
Because the guy
It is cool.
yeah. The guy that's fighting Israel Adesanya, the rematch, the current middleweight champion Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
He comes out with the indigenous, Brazilian Indian.
No shit.
I mean, the oldest sport is essentially wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And every culture.
First Olympics.
And every culture. So every culture has some form of fight that they had that goes back generations.
Yeah.
So to walk out with your traditional dress, it just makes sense. It's almost odd that like nobody's done it until now.
Khabib.
Well,
Khabib's the first one I can think of.
I heard that Jorge Masvidal was coming out in a sombrero.
Oh, wow. First of all, he's Cuban, and that's fucked up.
I'm Puerto Rican, so I can get away with
Okay, you can make these jokes. I'm glad you said it.
All right, yeah.
Jorge, his name is Nelson Rose.
No, it's all right.
Yeah, we'll have Jorge on the podcast. You can tell him about his fucking sombrero.
Hell no. I'll be like, he said it.
No, mijo, no.
I'm like, hey, can you sign my sombrero? I mean, Cuban flag.
It's okay. Jorge's. I feel bad for Jorge. He's probably going to be on a 4-fight losing streak after.
But you know
Saturday
what?
night.
Give it up to him. Like the way he talks about the professionalism, like where he came from to where he's at. Like when I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, like I'm really like it's nice to hear him understand that. Like, hey, it's been a progression. I've been getting better. I'm working hard. He looks at his losses. He even talked about it in a way. He's like, I went to a dark place. Like when I got knocked out, I had to learn to, train my brain as well as my body to get back into the fight.
Well, he lives up to his name, Game Bred. I
mean,
he started in those backyard fights with Kimbo. Like, I mean, he was a kid.
I mean, he's probably one of the last people from out of those backyard fights. I mean, a lot of the guys that are in it now, younger than him, started in just MMA.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have to try to go to 3 different schools and fight in backyards. It was like, no, you had a proper gym and proper trainers.
Yeah.
And people that actually already had put the game kind of together to some extent versus you having to put it together yourself.
Yeah. I don't know who's left fighting from the golden age. I mean, Overeem, if you count him, he's back from the 2005 early 2000s Pride.
John Jones.
John Jones is still, I would consider him kind of the later generations though, because he came in when the UFC was still taking off. I mean, he's the youngest champ ever, but I don't know. I think all the old guys are gone.
The old guard is kind of out of there. Yeah.
I mean, Jorge's a good example though of people that fought back in the day.
Yeah.
But
and that's what I'm saying. Like he may not be the most technical fighter, but
he's
he
still
always
dangerous.
comes
The thing is,
ready to fight.
The thing is, you always got to watch for his hands because one slip and it's good night.
Yeah, I mean he was losing the whole fight to Darren Till,
Yeah.
and then put Darren Till to sleep in England. I mean, Jorge's got one punch knockout power, and actually I think they can set that fight up because Jorge and Leon Edwards, the current champ, have beef. They don't like each other. That's where the 3-piece in the soda came from backstage.
I mean that is a pretty dope quote.
I
Three-piece in a soda.
I think if Jorge loses this fight, I don't like Leon's chances in his next fight against Colby. I think Kamaru could beat Colby, but I think Colby might out-wrestle Leon. And if he does that, then you could set up Leon and Jorge for the rival. I mean, that'd be the best thing for their careers, I guess, at that point. I don't know.
Well, I was trying to look up. Jorge Masvidal just set up his own promotion, so I think he's already thinking about what he's
Game
going
bred boxing.
Game bred
He's
boxing.
working on his next step.
Their first. I didn't get the result of the card, but the card was actually last night, and Anthony Showtime Pettis defeated a 54-year-old Roy Jones Jr.
I mean, listen, let me tell you something.
I swear to God, it happened last night.
54-year-old Roy Jones Jr. is still probably a nasty, lethal weapon on this.
And I don't know the results of the card. Someone could look it up, but I know Vitor Belfort fought Jacare, and that's terrible because it was boxing, and Jacare doesn't really, I mean, against Vitor, that's not. And Vitor, I don't know if they're drug testing him, so that's not good. That's one of the scariest human beings ever was Vitor Belfort on TRT when he was allowed to take it. He was spin kick knocking out. Oh my God.
Neck.
That's the reason Michael. That's the reason Michael Bisping is blind.
So
he's really blind in one eye because of Vitor on TRT.
He won by decision.
Who?
So I mean, Roy Jones went the distance.
Well, what happened with Vitor and Jacare? Jacare's
Anthony
still
Pettis. I will take a look right now. Vitor Belfort, Sosa, knocking out Evander Holyfield.
Yeah, he knocked down Evander Holyfield.
You know what? But we wouldn't be getting any of the fights like
he
that
defeats
if it wasn't for the
Sosa,
brothers
unanimous
YouTube
decision.
Wow,
if it wasn't for these 2 guys from YouTube, the Pauls.
Oh God. Yeah.
Starting all of these odd fights, you wouldn't be getting any of that. You wouldn't see people fighting out of their discipline and going across lines like that.
Jake Paul's
boxing, like Jiu Jitsu fighters.
Yeah, I find it interesting because you do see this guy when you take him out of the ring from here and put him in here, what can they actually do. With just a little change of the rules, it makes a dramatic difference of what people can actually handle.
I mean, that's the thing. And I at first, when Jake Paul started boxing, I was like, this is ridiculous. What the hell are we doing here? But like now, it's like you kind of have to be like, all right, you
gotta love him, man.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
He knocked out Tyron Woodley.
It's clear
he did it in one punch.
It's clear he's done enough legitimate work as a boxer to stand in the ring.
He went the distance with Tommy Fury, and Tommy Fury's not a slouch.
And
he's from a boxing family.
His older brother is the heavyweight champion of the world and one of the best heavyweights ever. Like,
and a credit to anybody who steps in the ring in front of a large public audience, pay-per-view, puts it on the line, whether they think they're going to win the fight or not. You still got to get in the ring, you got to show up, and you got to perform. And that takes a lot. So it's like kudos to anybody who's willing to get in the ring or on the mat at any point in time in their life.
But you don't see him doing that in jiu-jitsu.
Hell no.
You don't see somebody out there shit talking and being like, "Oh, watch this," and submitting. No, you don't see that.
There's just so much to a jiu-jitsu or a grappling sport like wrestling that if you don't know what you're doing, you're absolutely a fish out of water.
Yeah.
And you can learn that very quickly. I remember.
I thought that was the case with boxing too, though. But
yeah,
he picked it up pretty damn quick.
In jiu-jitsu, you can't fake it, man.
No, you can't. It's when you're out there and you're competing on the mat. That's 100% honesty.
I remember. I know all of us probably remember our first jiu-jitsu class and the walk to the car, the walk of shame, where
the drive home.
I don't know what just happened to me. I got manhandled, and you know what? Velardo was smart. When I first started training at Velardo Jiu-Jitsu, he would not let you roll for 3 months.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he did that with you guys, but he made me wait 3 months
before
I got into my first rolling session before I got ripped apart.
I was about to say I rolled with Daniel Belize up in Pennsylvania, and he just fed me to the wolves. He's like, all right, get out there.
I was a little bit, more confident.
Yes.
And I said to professor at Excel, I'm like, I can roll.
Yeah.
And he's like, you can roll?
He's like, okay.
Like,
okay. Good.
Go.
Yeah.
And he's like, take care of this guy.
Yeah, you know what? I love that about professors in any gym, and I've been to several. The look when the professor calls like the mat enforcer or somebody to just fuck you up in a very nice way, and he's like, oh, you're ready.
It depends from the level.
He's like, you go with him, or you go with her, and then the level of embarrassment that you're gonna experience
for the
next 5 minutes of your life.
Well, the way he worked, especially Professor Santiago, the way he would word it was like so good. Like he'd ask me in one class, he said, "Ian, you want to train hard today?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, Adam. He was like, "Ian, go with Adam." I was like, "Oh fuck." Yeah. You know what I mean? Because he never stops in drills. He never stops.
No.
Like. So literally, when we were doing like takedowns, it was just nonstop. Like I'd have to get up immediately. Adam would take me down. I would have to try to take him down. I was like, "Oh, this sucks." Like I'm about to throw up. I'm like, "Oh, god damn it."
He was a very, very hard worker.
Well,
He's still hard worker.
When he was a white belt, he was actually one of the reasons I started training with Professor George, because I had come from Velardo's and I was like, "Where's my next gym gonna be?" I'd been to Combat Club. I dabbled with ATT Wellington a little bit. And I went down there, and I was like, okay, I'm going to see how the rolls are down here at Excel. Like, I'd never been here before. And, like, the first time I rolled with Adam, he took my back and choked me. And I was like, this goddamn white belt just took my back and choked. I'm a blue belt at the time. I'm a 3-stripe blue belt. I'm like, this fucking white belt just choked me out. I was like, God damn it. I was like, well, I guess I'm rolling here. Because, I mean, the white belts here at Excel are choking me out. So I better...
See what you did, Adam?
Yeah, way to go, Adam. Way to go. You gave me issues, man. I'm still screwed up, Jesus.
So since you've been training at and going to pans regularly, has your training regimen changed up a bit more, or do you train harder leading into those weeks for pans? Or
because you were talking about how you lifted and stuff, and like your strength regiment last time you were on, and like has anything changed since like
no,
then?
Pretty much I kept the same routine that I used to do, but lately what changed? I started teaching the morning classes Tuesday, Thursday, and teaching, it changed the whole mentality. Like studying the positions and everything. Like it gives you like a better understanding.
Sure.
And I can see in my game, like a lot of improvement just for that thing. Like especially in the positions that I don't like to be. For example, like I play a lot of guard,
right?
And I wasn't good passer or anything, but now I see a lot of details that I'm missing, and I fill up my game from
to help
those
improve
classes.
your game.
Yes, yes.
So you think being able to teach it, you think you can break it down in your head more and it helps you
Yeah.
apply it? Okay.
Yeah, you have to. You have to explain, because people, they're gonna ask you like, "Hey, I don't get it," you know, and what you're gonna say, like, "Bro,
Me either.
that's it." No, you can't.
So now you're the teacher. Do you
Sucks. I don't know what to say,
me either,
bro.
man? Me either.
I
Fuck.
showed you how to do it. You know how to do it.
So now
You
you're
got your chance. That's it, man.
You had your chance. You failed. Get out of here.
now that you're teaching it, do you have to deal with the what if guy? Like, do you have him now? Like,
I love the what if guy.
oh, shit.
Yeah, it gives you like a purpose as a teacher, you know, like as a coach. Like, okay, so what I'm gonna tell him now, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
You have to have everything ready for the what if guy.
yeah, and it's this scenario in your head. It's like, okay, he's gonna ask me for this, you know, and you're like, okay, you're gonna do this, or you're gonna be like politically correct. You're gonna say like, okay, let's drill this first, and we go to that point.
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually a good answer. Let's work on this
if
for
they
now.
go too far, you know, because sometimes, you know, like
It's too much.
Even personally, we get so excited for one position, and we are like, okay, I'm gonna show all the details that I know from here, and everybody's like,
Wait a minute, what?
okay, we start well, and after I keep talking, and they're like, okay. All right, and they're losing it. And
Right. And that's important.
You're on
right?
step 7 and they're still on
Yeah.
step 2. They're like, oh
Yeah.
shit, like what do we
And that's important as a teacher to recognize when you're losing the crowd, because I know that there were times where with any person that was teaching a class, like sometimes some days I'm like, yeah, I got it. And then sometimes they're like, and now 30-second transition into the 5th step of the 4th move. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, you guys got it? And everybody's like, yeah. I have no fucking clue. You're going to show me what he was talking about,
and you
right?
see your partner in the eye. And the
You
partner
look
is
at each
like,
other. You're like, I don't know, bro. just hold me. Just hold me.
Well, a lot of it's playing like 4 or 5 moves ahead. You're like,
Yes.
all right, he's gonna do
Yes.
this, and then this is how we adapt to that. Like it's it's human chess.
And believe it or not, less, steps, better it is.
Sure.
What I see in my level and what I'm teaching now is like less you break it down, like in a short, like positions,
yes.
better it is.
Sure.
Like even for myself to understand.
Yeah, because they can grab it faster.
There's something to showing the maneuver multiple times. So it's like, well, we learned it now, and in 3 months, we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a slight different detail.
100%.
So now that they got this bit, now, hey, when you're here, here's another little thing. When you grab in the sleeve, grab it this way instead of this way. And adding that little detail as you go along.
Right.
It helps so that you're not trying to give every intricate, tiny little bit, and then you're explaining 100 details for this one little pass, and then they're like, what happened? You're like, all right, listen, knee down, pull the sleeve, slide. And when we come back to it, here's the way you need to pull the sleeve.
Right,
Here's the way you really want to slide the knee.
Right.
If you try to give everything all at once, it's too much.
Yeah.
Especially for people that are newer and they're not used to getting that information and they're not used to looking for those little details.
Sure.
Yeah.
Especially kids.
Yeah.
Because I help professor with the kids class too. It's like you have to find like very interesting things to explain to the kids,
Right.
Yes.
to remember.
To keep their attention.
Like you make sound
Yes.
effects,
Yeah.
like a nika, like. And they're gonna remember those things.
That's cool.
It sticks in
Like
their
a
head.
sweep,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh yeah."
Yo, you know what you should get? One of these like sound bar machines. So you could just be like, and then like you put your knee on it and you hear, ugh.
next time is like a DJ.
Yeah,
on that
DJ in the back. Cut that track. 3 times the knee.
That's one thing I never got is like every now and then you hear somebody complain about how many times you have to drill in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And it's like that's how you get it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's what makes wrestlers so good when they transition to jiu-jitsu because in wrestling they drill so much
It's
longer.
all drilling. It's
Yeah.
almost all drilling.
An entire class, like it's drilling. That's all it is you're going over a technique.
Yeah.
Like in jiu-jitsu, we might like in a class, you might go over the technique 10 to 15 times a person. Like in wrestling, it's literally like you're going over the technique in practice 100 times.
It's like you have an
Like-
hour. Keep doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're doing this arm drag to this single leg today. That's it. There you go. There you go. Go.
There was some wrestlers at Open Mat this Saturday when I was there. And that's literally what they did. For the hour I was there, they were doing the same exact thing the entire time. And then just switching partners. So it's like, all right, now the smaller guy with the bigger guy, and then this guy with this guy. Just so you're drilling it on different sized people as you're going along as well. Yeah. But that's all they basically, and it was just over and over and over until you get it correct.
And that's why when they take that mentality to jiu-jitsu, chances are they're probably going to hit you with a technique they like because they're going to do it a lot.
By the end of the class, was everybody's crotch hurting? Because you guys were practicing crotch grabs, right?
All the crotch grabs, just all day long.
Full on.
You know how
30 minutes.
You know how Professor Fernando likes his crotch grabs.
He loves himself a crotch grab.
Shout out to Fernando Rodriguez. Jesus. God damn.
All right. Switching it up. I wanted to say we went to go see Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep.
We as in them two. I did not see it.
The both of us.
No, I'm in your boat.
It was good. It wasn't bad. It was funny.
It was probably the best Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yeah, the fight sequences
I understand,
were amazing.
Considering what it's up against.
I understand that is not a very high bar to get over.
Right. That's a loaded statement.
But
like most attractive warthog.
Yeah, all things said, I'm not angry about spending the money to see it in the theaters.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was funny. And like I said, the action sequences, I have to say, some of their action sequences were pretty dope. Like, if Harry Potter watched this and seen the magic fights that were going on, I was like, we got something here. Just steal some of this shit, bring it over to yours. And
are you trying to improve Harry Potter?
I am, sir. I liked Harry Potter, but here's what I don't like about the movie that has the hero that's trying to be the hero. Like, by the end of the first movie, you should have your skills, right? You should be white belt, right? Harry Potter 2, blue belt.
Harry Potter 3, purple belt. Harry Potter was like 7 in the first movie.
But this is what I'm saying. So by the time you got to the 5th movie, he's like, and now I got Expelliarmus. Like, bitch, you should know some more spells.
So you're thinking he should
missing the class all the time, bro.
So you're thinking
what are you doing, bro?
He should beat the Dark Lord in 5 movies? What are you talking about?
If you're Harry Potter and you got to fight the Dark Lord 2-a-days.
You got to drill, bro.
You got to drill. Thank you, right? 2-a-days.
You realize you had to kill him 7 times to kill him.
Yes.
So by the time he got to the last book, he killed him 7 times.
Right. So let's put it this way. Like, you're Harry Potter.
What are you talking about? He killed the motherfucker 7 times.
What I'm saying is get it right the first time. When I kill somebody, they're going to be dead.
Listen.
The first time.
You're Harry Potter. You're Harry Potter. Okay?
I'm Harry Potter.
You're Harry Potter. You show up in movie 1, you're a white belt, right?
If I'm Harry Potter, I'm going to change my name to El Diablo.
Voldemort is Braulio Estima. You tell me you're going to beat Braulio Estima in 8 movies?
Fuck yeah, bro.
Oh, wow.
I'll beat him in,
okay, all right.
I'll beat him in the first movie.
All right, fuck. All right, never mind. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right,
yeah.
Nelson.
Who's getting the bets?
That's what I'm trying to say. Who's putting money on this?
I'll steal the Phoenix from Dumbledore and shove it up his ass. Game over, bitch.
I'm betting everything on Braulio. That's all I'm saying.
Reverse triangle all day, bro.
Yeah. I was gonna say, dude,
he
don't care about your knee, man. He don't care about your knee. He's the Dark Lord. He's going for that damn thing.
All I'm saying is, if I knew the Dark Lord was coming after me, it wouldn't take me 5 movies to perfect the art of killing the man that's trying to kill you.
They can't.
He killed him in the first book.
Bro, he's a kid.
He didn't do it right if he came back.
Give Harry Potter some credit, man. Bro, he's an orphan. He lived in a cupboard. He lived in a fucking cupboard, man.
The man was a mass murderer that split his soul, so you can't kill him.
Jesus.
He was supposed to be unkillable.
What are you trying to say? That as an infant, he couldn't prepare for this?
No.
He lived as an infant. It's literally his title, The Boy That Lived.
They should call it The Boy Who Got Lucky, because he didn't do it right the first time, bro.
I can't do this. Did you read? Never mind.
Did I read Harry Potter?
I'd ask if you read it.
No.
You didn't read it.
He sure as hell didn't.
Man, I don't even read the directions.
I never watched Harry Potter.
Oh, you never seen Harry Potter? Oh,
it's actually good.
Too busy winning championships.
That's right. Yeah.
No, back then, trust me, back then, I was like drinking and smoking and partying.
Still probably better than Harry Potter. So you're good, man. You're good, man. You're good.
I don't know. I take bets on Harry Potter.
Fucking hell. I hear the game's good though.
Oh, the game is great.
Eddie played it. I haven't played it yet.
Oh yeah, I'm at the point of the game where I'm like, here's the last mission. Let me wrap up all the little things on the outside world before I finish it. But it's the highest selling game on like Xbox, on Steam, on PC, on PlayStation.
Hogwarts Legacy. It just came out, and
it's one of those IPs.
It's getting good reviews, man.
It's not going to go away for a long time, and you could tell because like if you go to Universal Studios and they have the Harry Potter land, the rest of the park could be empty, and everybody's in fucking Harry Potter.
Yeah,
everybody's there with their wands and their butterbeer. Everybody's having a great time, man.
I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty damn cool when I went.
It was. Man.
It was.
It's a lot.
I remember walking around Diagon Alley. I was like, "This is pretty neat."
It's a good time.
You guys did something magical here.
Yeah. No. You know what they really honed in on at Disney and Universal and places like that. When you walk into Diagon Alley, you don't see the rest of the park. You're literally lost in that Harry Potter world.
Yeah.
When you go to Toy Story World, that's all you see is Toy Story World. So it's like it does really add another element, another layer to the theme park experience.
Then there's It's a Small World, which is literally just that ride is like a mental health. It's a Small World. You literally take this slow boat through this like
very slow
100-year-old ride, and like it's all these little animatronic puppets.
It's like hundreds of animatronic puppets,
and you don't realize how long the song repeats itself until you're in there.
Yeah.
And I remember the one time I was in there, dude, and that ride was like going slow.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm not going.
And if it breaks down, the music keeps playing.
Yeah. Yes. You're fucking
stuck in
there.
the boat. And the music's like, it's a small.
Let
me out. And you can't get out. You're in this boat.
Yo, but you know what?
Shitty dirt water. You're
not
like,
a single fucking Puerto Rican animatronic dog in that place.
Not a single one.
There was a person that sued.
Not one Boricua.
Because when the boat broke down, they evacuated everybody. But this person was handicapped. So they left him on the fucking boat listening to the song.
Oh my God, I'd kill myself.
That's like Japanese fingernail torture.
Oh yeah, if you wanted someone to talk, if you stuck them on there, It's a Small World ride, just made them ride it, they'd give you the secrets to everything. It's so bad.
It's something you do once, right?
Yeah,
you can do it with some kids. Like, you know, I took my daughter on it. You do it once, and it's like, okay. But if you ever go back on again after that, you did it to yourself.
Yeah, it's like a nostalgia thing. But like, if I'm telling you, if you've never went on that ride, don't. Just don't.
Have you ever been to Disney?
Yeah, once.
And you didn't get on It's a Small World. That's good. You dodged a bullet. You dodged a bullet.
Are you not a roller coaster person?
Nah.
Oh, you don't like them?
Neither am I.
I love roller coasters.
I hate roller coasters.
So you see what's going on. I went for other people.
Right. And I'm you're like, I'll hold your purse. You guys go on the ride.
Yeah, exactly.
I do the rides.
He's the same way.
I do the rides. You know,
don't like
I have
them.
no problems,
But you
but
don't like them.
I'm like, why have to put that stress on me?
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
I don't know. For me, I love the adrenaline rush of a ride.
I take a look at a roller coaster and I say, I don't know how I'm going to leave this world, but that's not fucking how I'm leaving it. So, no, you guys can keep that shit.
If you want to go on some serious rides, though, Busch Gardens. Busch Gardens has some rides that make you think about your life.
No.
They have some rides that make you think about your life when you're on their shit.
I'll be waiting for you with a soft pretzel when you get off. All right, how about that? I ain't getting on that fucking thing. I ain't getting on it.
Those are called churros.
It's a soft pretzel. This is America, sir.
No, if you get a soft pretzel at fucking Busch Gardens, it's a hard pretzel.
Well, we all know how much you like your hard pretzel.
Only if they have salt.
Oh my God. Oh my fucking God.
No, but seriously, like Busch Gardens, some of the rides on there are outrageously fast paced and just ridiculous. Like, I would love to be in a room where they're like, okay, we're going to make a ride. First, we're going to throw them into the air, spin them around, and shoot them backwards. I'm like, yeah, all right, let's make that happen.
And that's the thing, man. You know, I like to be in control of things.
Me too.
And you go into the roller coaster and you're like, I'm on God's hand.
Oh, yeah.
Except you're not in God's hands.
No, you're in Walt Disney's hands.
You're in
Worse.
Biff's hands, the guy operating the fucking thing, you know? Yeah. And you gotta hope he didn't fight with his wife that morning, you know?
I loved her.
Exactly. No, you're just stuck in this cart, just fucking.
There was only one time that I panicked on a ride. And it was because when I got on the ride, I sat down and the girl that like walks by and pushes it to make sure that it's on you. She pushed it fast and it caught my nuts. Right? So like they were squeezed in a way. I'm like, oh my God, I can't move them.
Sir, how
so
big?
I'm like,
Sir, how big are your nuts? Sir?
No, it's too late.
Listen,
No, go.
Excuse me. And they're like, the ride's going. Phew! So the whole time I'm swinging and I'm just like, I'm pressing back. Like, oh God, please don't lose a nuts. Oh God. No, but that was the only time I was legitimately. I'm like, hold on, excuse me. And they're like, 3, That was scary.
You're flying through the air by your nuts, like, oh.
Bro, like, I was, like, pushing on, you know what I mean? Like, just trying to, like, take any kind of pressure off of
stay
the
down.
side.
Stay down. Yeah. You shut up, okay?
Think about dirty underwear. Think about dirty underwear. Hide.
I've tried to ride roller coasters as an adult, and I can't. I hate it. That feeling where you guys are all arms up in the air and it's just gripping fear for me. I can't.
I do roller coasters, but that's the thing, you know, like, it's not my thing.
No, it'll never be my thing.
Like,
Yeah.
Ever.
I've always just kind of oddly drawn to it. At first, I had an unhealthy fear of it. Went on the American Scream Machine, and then after that, I was just like, "Holy shit! I really love this stuff." And it was the adrenaline, which is why, like, there's still to this day, I haven't jumped out of an airplane. That's one of the things on my bucket list that I want to do is go skydiving. Have you ever done it?
I've never done it. I've
Have
always
you?
thought about it too.
Wingsuit is where I want to hit.
Wingsuit,
Yeah.
but see, you have to have
dude, you're
so many
fucking nuts.
hours of skydiving before you can get
200 skydives before. No, I think it's 200 before you could do base jumping. I think it might be 500 before you could do the wingsuit. It's a lot. You got to do a lot of jumps before they let you jump with a wingsuit.
Have you ever seen the wingsuits?
That's
Those guys
nuts.
are fucking next level crazy.
Dude, there's guys that like they're like so close to the ground and they're flying in this and they go through like holes in the
like
mountain.
those squirrels.
Fuck that
get
squirrel
the hell
suits,
out.
yeah.
Get the hell out of here, dude.
Oh man, I don't want nothing to do with
Especially
that.
you over there with your giant nuts. You don't want to smack them on a rock and like, oh, you tumble.
Bro, scared wasn't even the. I'm like, oh god.
You know, actually, at the power plant up in Pennsylvania, there was a guy in the
200 skydives before they allow you to jump with a wingsuit.
Fuck that. That's too much time.
Yeah.
But there was,
200 with 500.
yeah.
but to build off that, there was a guy in the union that because he was in the union, he was out for 8 months being paid because he sat on his nuts in a bulldozer.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
that's the reason he gave. I don't know. I just know that was on like that was like why is he out? Why isn't he here? He's getting paid full time to be at home, and they said he sat on his nuts in the bulldozer. I was like,
That's
got
a
some
special.
big nuts,
That's
man.
a special kind of person right there.
I guess. I mean, shit. You know, that's not a bad deal. Be at home for 8 months. You sat on your nuts. I mean, that's God bless the union. You know.
Yeah. So, all right, another thing. Switching topics again. I noticed. Speaking of Enea, BJJ comedy. We noticed you've been doing a lot more of your Instagram BJJ humor, having some success with that. There,
I shared your one. I shared your one of the white.
Yeah,
I laugh all the time.
Guy pulls the white belt out.
Yeah. Oh,
the window of the
police
cop.
car. Yeah.
We need backup. We need backup.
No, man, I'm really enjoying that. I like seeing comedy in general, different types of art form that people do. But what makes you get into your comedy side of things, man?
Bro, so the thing that I started the comedy thing for jiu-jitsu, it's like the Meow brothers. They say like, "Oh, do you have any other hobbies?" No.
Right.
What you do? Just jiu-jitsu.
So you're like, ha! I do jujitsu comedy too.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I'll do something else. Comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah, but jiu-jitsu? Nah.
It's still close.
But you know what,
it
that's
technically is another hobby.
That's
It
the
is.
thing. Like, art comes from the heart, so it's something that you love, jujitsu. So the jujitsu comedy comes easy to you because it's something you love to do. You know.
Yeah,
So
and I love comedy too, you know. So, and that's the thing. What I'm trying to do with my videos is like the daily problems of, because our community is not that big if you think about it.
Yeah.
The jiu-jitsu
It's getting
community,
bigger, but you're right. It's not nearly as.
lately is growing, but it's not that big yet.
yeah.
And the daily problems of the community, you know, like everybody wants to see it. It's like this happens to me, like you say, like with a white belt. You
Yeah.
know? Like,
Right.
I saved a ticket just saying that I'm training jiu-jitsu. I swear to God, I was going back home and I was speeding,
Right.
but without
You weren't thinking
noticing.
about it. Yeah.
And I had a cup in my back, and he was like, he started like, woo, you know, and I opened and I stopped, and he was like, did you see me behind and you keep speeding? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm tired. And I'm tired, I just finished training. Training what? And I'm like, jiu-jitsu. And he testing me, you know, because, like, how many years you doing it? It was like 4 years that time, and 4 years.
Right.
Right, and what academy excel right there, and he was like, stick with that. You know?
He's like, because
And I'm
Speed
like,
Racer ain't you, bro.
Yeah, dude. If you just said karate, he'd have pulled you out of the car.
Oh, Taekwondo. Let me see you break some boards, bro.
We need the backup.
We need
He'd been like,
You got an accent too.
Yeah,
right? I don't know.
he'd be like, boards don't hit back. Here's an $800 fine.
What you gonna do about that? Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, we train at Cobra Kai.
Where's your headband, Mr. Miyagi?
Hey, Mr. Miyagi. He's a national treasure.
Hey, yeah, in Japan.
Yeah.
But yeah, the videos, like lately, I'm focusing so much on that, and even when I'm driving home, and when I'm even when I'm training, sometimes I see like something
You're like,
that
oh,
happens
that could be
over
a
there.
good
I'm
video.
The struggle.
you're gonna figure it out. It's gonna be you, bro.
The struggles of a content
That's cool.
creator.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
But it's good. Everything you're sharing is great. It's
Thank
shit.
you. And the people sometimes it's funny because they find out who's the guy and they send it to me. It's like I see what you did right there. But at the same time, there are like a lot of other people. They have no clue who's that guy, but they have a guy like that.
They met the guy. They met the guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's definitely similarities.
The excuses
in
guy.
genes.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
That's always the best. My opponent was on
No,
steroids.
You hear those conversations. You walk at the pants, for example.
Yeah.
I was like, I was very afraid that I wasn't going to pay that much attention in my competition just because of the page.
Right.
Because I was so focused about the videos and stuff. And I'm like, hey, I'm a competitor too, I need to do this.
Yes,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, oh shit, that's a good video.
That's a good video.
If I do this.
Taking notes.
Yeah.
They're like, Enea to the field. Enea to the mat. 1 second. So then he said...
Like, yo, bro, can you stay right there for me and take
yeah.
a video? But at the same time, I don't want also the people, they know me around, to be like, oh, he started funny videos and he let on the side training and he let on the side jiu-jitsu. I'm like, no.
Nah, but they can't say that about you. Like you're
Jiu-jitsu
a
is my
consummate
life now,
professional
so-
jiu-jitsu player, man.
Well, it's like Gordon Ryan. Gordon Ryan's like jiu-jitsu's his life, but when he's not doing that, he just talks shit online. That's what he's professional. He's
I
really,
don't
really
do
good
that.
at it.
I
He's
don't
really
do
good at
and you
it.
need to have hobbies, man. You need to be able to spread your wings and do different things and have fun with that.
I think the jiu-jitsu community will get bigger once more like celebrities or notable people get in it. I mean, right now it's already like Keanu Reeves for John Wick, training jiu-jitsu. Tom
Hardy.
Hardy's killing it right now. He's even
Yeah.
competing.
Yeah.
And
He
winning
just
competitions.
pops
he's a blue
in
belt.
to the
Yeah,
competition
that's
and then
true.
leaves
But it's
with a
not
medal.
fair, bro. It's not fair.
You
You're like,
saw
oh
them.
shit, Venom. That's not right.
I think isn't Demi Lovato? Is Demi Lovato?
She got her blue belt and she disappeared.
Yeah, here's the
She
thing.
came
that-
back. She
It
started-
happens. It happens, man.
And here's the thing that Tom Hardy's doing though. He's actually showing up to competitions
And winning.
actually, because you see a bunch of celebrities that do it, but they do the one-on-one class
Yeah.
where they're not really rowing with anybody but the professor, and it's hard to quantify. Like he got a belt, but.
let's be-
How much?
Is it
How much
legit
is it?
or-
Yeah, how much? Like he knows the
But how many
technique,
people are built
but is
like
he
Tom
like?
Hardy?
Can he apply the technique?
Not many.
Tom Hardy's a big guy too. He's pretty well fit.
athletic and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And he might be like master what? Master.
Masters.
3?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
he's
yeah.
up there.
Oh,
He's
so
up
you're
there.
saying he's fighting like 60-year-old men?
I was trying to say he's fighting old men.
No, okay.
I see
Let
what
me
you're saying.
tell you something.
Yeah, he's fighting some old ladies out there.
No,
there
he's
in
fighting the
Nelson's
guys. He's fighting the guys that are like, okay, I'm taking off this week. I'm gonna compete. You never know.
Yeah, it's
and he
not
see
good.
Tom Hardy over there. He's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yo, you know-
I needed that week.
And Tom Hardy's got that money where I bet like he walks out of his room and he's got like Hoist Gracie just chilling in the living room. He's like, my 9 o'clock, sir. He's like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're probably also not piss testing him before his 2 months.
When
And
you're Venom, you
I
just
don't know if
walk
you've
right
seen
in.
the movie Warrior, but they should have piss tested him. I'm just saying.
That was a good
Yeah, that was a
movie.
good
He was in pretty
Yo,
damn good
Warrior
shape.
was a fucking badass movie, man.
And he was on steroids for that movie. Just saying. I'm just letting you know.
That's fucked
He
up,
also
man.
played Bane. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Might want to do a little test there.
Sir,
yeah.
can we take some blood?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm busy right now.
Yeah. Where's USADA?
It's tainted. I have a symbiote.
But they've actually shown now, even if you're no longer taking performance enhancing supplements,
Yeah.
your body still retains it.
That's when you get into the micro.
Well, it's not even that, because the way the muscle builds itself up, it adds additional cells. But the ability to add those cells after you've added them before doesn't go away. So even if you lose a lot of your gains, you have a higher ability to gain them back faster and recover faster than people that hadn't. So just by taking testosterone, you actually add to your ability for your lifetime to gain that muscle back faster and easier than someone who hasn't.
So, like, when you're looking at a monster like, what's that, Gabby Garcia?
Oh, Jesus.
Who was on again, off again with steroids.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious that she's retained some
when a
of the
woman is
gains.
walking around at 250 pounds shredded and
Yeah.
she's throwing Vanderlei Silva around when they're rolling.
Yeah.
God damn, man. Like, what are we talking about
So
here?
the current science is showing that she is going to have a natural ability to put on and retain more muscle than people that hadn't used steroids like she had.
Interesting.
And it's just something that it's just your body's built that up. So now it just has a higher level of what the plateau is, even though you're not taking anything anymore.
Yeah. Same thing with Cristiano Cyborg Santos. Like, same thing with her. She's shit. It's just years and years and years of it.
Right. And it shows. I mean, look at some of the other UFC fighters too, the men fighters that, over the years they retained it, got away from it, came back. You can see their bodies change though over the course of different years. Not all of them do it, but
three
some
people
of them
that I can think of that, like, you could tell when they were on the gear and you could tell when they weren't because they were a completely different fighter. One of them, Alistair Overeem.
For sure.
Completely different fighter when he's on the gear. Because he was on so much of it, he was like a superhero. 2, Vitor Belfort.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 2 versions of him. There's the one that was spinning, kicking Luke Rockhold, Michael Bisping in the head, and then there was the
But tell
other
me, he
one.
didn't look like a fucking monster.
He did. He had a mohawk. He was terrifying.
Yeah,
and
that
then
was a scary
Johnny
man.
Hendricks.
Yeah.
Johnny Hendricks, like, arguably beat GSP, like, when they fought. I mean, that was a decision that everyone said, oh, Johnny should have won that fight. And then when you saw him after USADA came in, he was kind of flabby, and people started kicking his ass, and it was like, oh, okay. Well, we saw what was going on there, Johnny.
Yeah. But look at some of the other more smaller built fighters that really weren't on it, like your Anderson Spider Silvas. I think, was he later on found to be on something?
He was on it, yeah.
Later in
And
his
that's
career?
one.
That's a common misconception. The testosterone, it doesn't just make you bigger. What it actually really does is makes you recover faster.
Which is why a lot of them take it.
So it allows you to train harder, train longer, but the recovery benefits is what allows you to get bigger than you normally would, because your body wouldn't be able to recover that fast normally.
Got it.
So that's how you get that big. Your body can't recover that fast. It's allowing you to recover faster than you normally would.
And that's why a shit ton of those NFL players are on it, because they have to play a game every week. So
Right, beat up.
they don't have time to, like, okay, let me take a month off. No, they're getting paid millions of dollars. They're like, fuck that, I need to be ready.
And that's
Sunday.
why it's
No,
so
Sunday.
Yeah.
popular in the Tour de France, because that race is so brutal on the body. To get through it, you have to cheat.
Right.
Yeah,
The human body is just not made for that.
But to
fucking
be fair,
race.
nothing in France is worth taking TRT over. I'm just saying the cheese is pretty shit.
Well, let's be
smells
fair.
bad.
Let's be fair.
Eiffel Tower's dirty around there. You know what I mean? Like,
They drug Lance Armstrong.
the women
through
have
dirt.
hairy armpits. I mean,
They,
I don't
they
wanna
know
go
how to make a
France.
really nice white flag.
Oh wow. Yeah, they do.
and wave it around because we ain't
do.
getting involved.
Hey, you know the name? You know France's name during World War II, right? Germany. Just say.
God damn it!
Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Eddie, and with that,
Oh, we ending with that? Are we? Oh,
thank you
Jesus
for joining
Christ.
us at the Sofa Kingdom podcast.
Sorry, France.
But you can find us on all your social media platforms at
Sofa Kingdom OFC.
Enea. Please tell everybody where they can find you.
Where can we find you, Enea?
So you can find me at Enea.Lapa BJJ in Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and at bjj.comedy. Also in TikTok and Instagram.
Get on there. Give him
Follow
a follow.
this man. He's really funny. Also a gentleman all of the time.
Yes.
Oh.
Unlike the three of us.
Yes. Out of the 4 people on this couch, one of them is a good human
Yes,
being.
one of them you could look up to, and it's not us.
Not us at all. Give this man a follow. He'll make you laugh
Thank
and
you,
choke
guys.
you out.
Yes,
Thank you guys for having me here.
Thank you for joining.
Anytime, brother. We always love having you on.
Yeah, man. And I tell you what, you make nobody want to eat the food. Everybody's like, man, I gotta be healthy. As soon as you walk out the door, them fucking cookies are gone.
I ate the one carrot, and it took me so goddamn long to chew that carrot. I was trying to speak and not spit carrot at the same time.
Yeah, I had one piece of celery, and I was like, I'm like, all right, maybe next time.